of all the hundreds of phone calls we've received, 98% of them are already registered and are good. We have received a few where people did fill them out and register, and they were to be sent back to us. So they've done a little good, but it's just very confusing.
Well, and just I want to make sure everybody knows that. Just because you get one in the mail does not mean you're not registered.
No, not at all.
And you don't have to re-register if you're already registered.
We have told people that's called, we've double-checked them to make sure they are registered and to either tear up or shred that paper and just get rid of it.
Okay. Because that can be confusing.
Yes.
I think half of the questions I got was about that particular thing right there.
We received many phone calls on that one letter.
I bet you did.
Yeah,
bless your heart.
Did.
So now we know we're registered to vote. So now what?
Well, we've going to have several different options on voting again in November. Some dates that are very important to the people are October the 5th. That's the last day to register or make changes to their party or their addresses. And October the 9th is the last day to apply for a mail-in ballot, either through the clerk's office or on the website govotekentucky.com. After October the 9th, the only applications we can take care of are through a medical emergency. Of course, if they don't get it taken care of, they can early vote, and I'll try to follow through on as we go. The first bunch of ballots that we will mail out will be this week. We have not received the labels from the printing company, but they're supposed to be there today. So when they get their ballot, mail-in ballot, I suggest that they just go ahead and vote it and get it right back in the mail. Or if they're not comfortable mailing it, they can drop it off at the courthouse in one of the 2 drop boxes that we're going to have. One will be in the basement, which is handicap accessible. The other one will be on the main floor of the courthouse. We empty those out every day, scan them in to make sure that we have them so we can keep up with the number that we get. If something happens that they do not receive their ballot, we can still take care of that and allow them to vote in person. After early voting starts October the 13th. So, of course, there's always affidavits that you have to swear to, and we have to keep in our paperwork to show why we issued other ballots. Before all of the emergency regulations, you would have to turn that ballot in to the office before we could allow you to vote any other way. But now we have affidavits that we can go to. As of this morning, we have 586 applications, which are ballots that's going to be mailed. In June, we had about 1,800. So more people, I believe, they either just haven't done it yet, or more people are wanting to vote in person themselves, which will be fine.
I think a lot of people are just more comfortable with that.
Yes, I do too. They mark their own ballot, they go scan it, just like on Election Day. Now, early voting begins October 13th in the basement of the courthouse, which is handicap accessible. Please wear a mask and try to stay 6 feet apart. This system worked extremely well, was very successful in June. I was surprised, I really was, but I had a lot of voters say, we don't care if we do it like this all the time. We are going to be voting early for 3 weeks this time, which we've always voted more than the 12 days anyway. The clerk's office has tried to make it available so that they would be able to vote. We were open on Saturdays for voting before the state said, we've got to this time. So we're going to be open 3 Saturdays. We are going to be open from 8:30 to 4 for voting every day. We are going to stay 2 Thursday afternoons until 6. So on those days, they'll be able to vote from 8:30 until 6. Thursday dates are the October 22nd and 29th. And that's for people who work. Maybe they can't come on Saturday. They may be working. The Saturdays are October 17th, 8 to 12, October 24th, 12 to 4, and October 31st, the Saturday before the election, is 8 to 4. We're going to be open all day that day. Now, our election plan that we've sent into the state has not been approved, but I believe it will be. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Election Day. Fredonia, Donaldson, and Bucksnort precincts, our 3 county precincts, will be open as normal. We do have one other precinct, Harmony, which is a county precinct, but there's no buildings out there that we can vote in. So they have to come to town anyway to vote. So we will be voting in the courthouse basement and on the main floor. We'll have 2 e-poll books. If we have a lot vote on Election Day, we can set up another one, which would be 2 to 4 precincts right there to keep the lines moving. This is what we did in June, and again, it was very successful because of the early voting. We didn't have lines. There was no congestion or anything on Election Day at the 2 precincts at the courthouse because so many people early voted.
Can I just say, man, you all and the folks that worked with you rocked that. You were always updating online every morning. I would click on there, and there it was. Miss Toni had it right there where she was going to be. And you took voting on tour, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yes. We the hours that we could go out in June were not real good hours. It was 9. We had 85 in Fredonia vote in June. But in Bucksnort, we only had 25. So we're going to open these 3 precincts. Of course, it's all a guess. We don't know how many has applied for ballots from each precinct. We don't know how many is going to early vote. So we'll just wait and see. But our county residents, the majority of them, will not have to drive to Princeton that day to vote. They'll be able to vote at home.
You've made it so convenient, though. You really have.
Well,
and kudos to the entire. And I know it takes a village to put that together.
Yes,
I know it does.
It takes the whole staff, the whole office.
Oh, we appreciate every bit of it because, and I will say again, it was really easy to just click right on there, see where it was, and I would update everybody in the morning. So I mean, it was so easy to do that.
Yes. We try to stay on top of it. This is going to be a very big election, and it should be. We should all vote. However our heart leads us, we need to go vote. I think that it will work well again. I really do. I would encourage people to early vote. If you come in town, get your groceries during that 3-week period, just go ahead and stop and vote. You won't have to take a chance on standing in line. We are going to take all of the precautions, but some people are worried about it, some people aren't,
About how long do you think it took, on average, for people to vote that day?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Got in and out pretty quick.
Yeah, in and out pretty quick. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but 10 minutes at the most.
So you could do it during a lunch break. You could go ahead and just early vote.
Bring your driver's license or a picture ID. Now, if you don't have those or you forget them, we can go ahead and allow you to vote if you're a registered voter. There's just more paperwork and forms that has to be filled out and signed and sworn to and all that to cover us, that we're not just letting anybody walk in off the street if they're not registered. I do like Kentucky's system. This is just something personal with me. I do like Kentucky's system where you don't receive an absentee ballot unless you request it. I can't imagine these states that just mail them to all registered voters. We try to keep our rolls as clean as we can. And if someone passes away, we try to make note of that and get them off the rolls. But people are moving all the time, and they don't change their addresses. So when they come to vote at a different address, it may put them in a different precinct. We have cities votes on the ballots. We have school boards. So we want to ensure that everybody votes in the correct precinct. But if you have not changed your address, it will take a little bit longer when you come to vote to
just to get it all sorted out.
Yeah, sort it out and make sure they're in the correct precinct.
Now, I want to encourage everybody, too, by the way. And I know this has been a very cantankerous few months. I'll put it that way. But y'all behave yourself when you go vote. And if you're not supposed to be being ornery around there, don't do it. Y'all behave yourself. And I know that some of the elections can be, you know, I'm just saying, behave yourself when you go. Your mama taught you better than that. Quit it.
Well, that's one of the rules of election at the polling precinct. The election officers nor the voters are supposed to be campaigning or talking about election. The sheriff at each precinct does have the power to throw you out, you know, if you start that. But we've Caldwell County people are great. We don't have that much trouble. A lot of times some people will get to talking and forget, you know, but that's all it is.
Well, and I think, you know, especially that's, if anything, and I will say that, I think the different polling locations, not having all of our normal little jaunts where we go, sometimes you haven't seen somebody that lives down there in a long time.
Right.
And, you know, you got to resist the urge to house your mama and them for a while because, you know, you may just not see anybody for a while. And that's, you know, the little communities coming together to vote.
Yes. And that's a good thing about a small community.
Yeah.
We just have to step away from the voting part to do all that conversation.
I mean, I'll never see Toni, and she lives like a mile from me.
Right.
You know, it's that kind of, but you want to vote, and then you want to move it on out so that we don't get congested.
Right. We will, our entrances on Election Day will be the basement floor door and the very front door, and then they can leave out the side doors. And this is as much for the COVID as not the talking and the community friendliness, but just over the COVID-19. We're having to take as many precautions as we can.
And they're cleaning it up, too, in between people and all of that stuff.
Yes, we clean each voting booth. After anybody votes, we wipe it down. The state is providing ink pens again, so when you get one, you can just take it with you. We'll have the hand sanitizer and, you know, the whole 9 yards to keep people as safe as we can.
I got to ask, do we get a sticker?
Yes.
That sticker matters, Miss Toni.
Yes.
We all want to take our selfies with our stickers, and it's got to be the cool thing is to go get your sticker.
Yeah. We'll have the I voted stickers to hand out at the scanners.
Well,
each of our scanners hold approximately 2,000 votes. So, you know, we'll be in good shape. We also will be using the e-slate, which is the voting machine for people who it's hard to see, hear, write, where if your hand's shaky, you can't fill that block in, but you can vote on the e-slate machine and just turn a wheel and get your vote. Now, the governor and secretary of state wants all precincts to be super centers, where if I'm in Fredonia that day, I can go in there and vote. But the number of ballots that has to be printed, and we are having 80% of our voters' ballots printed for them. I don't want to run out. But this eSlate disability machine has all of the precincts on there. So if I'm in Fredonia and they don't have my Briarfield ballot, I can go to the eSlate machine and vote my precinct. So if you're in Fredonia shopping or picking up feed or anything like that, if you want to go over there and vote, you can, but you will use the eSlate machine because all of our precincts, all of our school board elections, all of our city voters will be on there. We have 12 different ballot faces this time. So that's a pretty good number. Sending the ballots to the precincts are pretty heavy for these clerks to carry back and forth. But we will be able to make those 3 county precincts super centers also. Now, at the courthouse, we will have all ballots, and the judges will tear off the correct ballot to give you. I do encourage everyone to look at their ballot. If they know they're supposed to be in a school board, or they know they're supposed to have the city voter or not have the city voter, glance at your ballot before you vote it and go ahead and vote. We're all human. You know, we can make mistakes.
I want to remind everybody, of course, last time, too, we had a pretty good turnout last time.
Yes.
The last time is a big one. And now we need to have another big, big turnout.
Yes.
And, if the sanitization is there.
Yeah.
And, all of I'm one of those people, I really like kind of using a pencil. There's something about it.
Yes.
But, if that's something that we need to start going to, and it's easier in a lot of ways, then maybe we could check that out.
Yes. Yeah, we'll just have to see what the future brings. Of course, next year there are no elections. And then in 22 will be county elections again. So next year we'll have a break. I'm sure the governor and the secretary of state, they'll go over all of the things that we've done, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, bless your heart. We love you and we appreciate you, and I know that it's not easy at all, and you do a good job, lady.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is one other thing that I would like to bring up to our citizens. During this pandemic, the Transportation Cabinet issued this 90-day extension, and then they extended it again on vehicles.
I meant to remind.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
If they weren't able, if they couldn't afford to, if they weren't able to, whatever, license their vehicles in the month that they were supposed to. October the 6th is the last day that people can renew their vehicles that are expired without getting hit with a big penalty, interest and penalty on their taxes. So even if the vehicle's not running but you haven't paid the tax on it, you need to pay it by October the 6th. We have approximately 1,500 vehicles from January through August that have not been renewed. Now, after October the 6th, on October the 7th, the penalty and interest is going to go back to the month they were supposed to be renewed in. So if you've got a January vehicle that you haven't been able to take care of, the interest and penalty is going to go back to January. It's not going to start in October. It's going to go back to the month that vehicle should have been renewed. So just try to get in and get it taken care of before October the 6th.
We did a couple of days ago. We'd forgotten about it,
Yes,
to be honest.
yes.
And you don't think, especially if we've got one of them that are sitting on blocks at the moment. I'm thinking, a lot of people do.
Right.
It's just not running. You don't think about things
Right.
like that. But, that's, we all make the boo-boo. So,
Yes,
but that's right
and
there.
people have been out of work
Right.
during COVID, have been laid off, and there's just things you think about with your family and your household before you think about a car license.
Well, we've had other things to think about.
Right,
And now, what about driver's license and stuff like that? We need to get that done too, right?
Probably. Driver's license is in the circuit clerk's
Right.
office, so I'm not real sure about that, but I'm sure they were extended also.
Well, I know they were there for a while.
Yeah,
And I bet those. If this is coming up, I bet the other one is too.
Yeah. So Danny Hooks' office is the one that can.
Danny Hooks, I'm calling.
Fill you in on that.
Well, I appreciate you
Well,
very
you're
much for
welcome.
coming in this morning. And sweet lady, I'll be praying for you and watching for your updates.
Thank you. Thank you.
you.
We'll keep you informed.
All right. Stick around. Coming up next, have you heard about this mobile testing? Well, I'm going to tell you more. Jenna Jerger is going to be with us next. Hang on.
Are you struggling to afford health care medications? Let Health First help you. Whether you are insured, uninsured, or underinsured, you will still be cared for at Health First Community Health Center. We offer financial and prescription assistance to all those that qualify, which is based on income and household size. Contact our office at 1-877-667-7017 for more information, or visit our website, healthfirstchc.net. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Visit us at one of our 8 locations for all your health care needs. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Need cash fast? ABC Finance is open with social distancing implementations in place. They believe it's more important now than ever to get a handle on your finances.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location.
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
At ABC Finance, we don't just provide loans, but we also provide valuable advice to help you get your credit in better standing.
Our friendly team of professionals has your best interest in mind. We celebrate with you when your finances improve.
We encourage you to like our Facebook page, ABC Finance Company. Many of those useful tips are posted daily on our page, including tons of community info and motivation for the day.
To view social distancing guidelines and safety measures, like and follow ABC Finance Company on Facebook. ABC Finance is located off Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville next to O'Charlie's, then Princeton and the Princeton Plaza. Apply for loans online or simply give them a call. They'll take your application over the phone. ABC Finance, all loans subject to normal credit approval.
1580 103.3 WPKY. I'm going to tell you, this lady right here, man, she has got it, and she knows exactly what to do and where to go. And normally we say it takes a village, but I say it just takes a Jenna. It's Miss Jenna Jerger. How are ya?
Hi, doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. We just learned all about what we're supposed to do to vote. I got all straightened out by Miss Toni Watson, and I needed that. I don't know about anybody else, but now I'd like to get all straightened out with all the things you've got to offer. Because I'm going to tell you what, lady, I mean, you got a tiger by the tail.
Yes. Well, I can get you guys straightened out on COVID-19 testing for sure, because we have an upcoming drive-through screening in Princeton. That will be coming up actually on the 24th, and it'll be at Christ Tabernacle Church in Princeton from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay, and now explain the difference in this thing. There is a difference. And I want to make sure that everybody knows. Jenna is with Health First. And I will tell you, if anybody can explain this mess, she can, because she suddenly makes it all seem easy. So, Miss Jenna, can you explain to us, number one, this is actually taken a little different too, right?
Yes. So we do an oral swab instead of a nasal swab. So it's quick, painless. We get you through. Definitely a preferred method compared to the nasal swab.
Right. I've heard that that's just a lot more comfortable, to be honest.
Yes.
Now, is this for all ages? This isn't just for little kids or older kids.
No, it's for all ages. Now, if there is someone under 18 that would like that needs testing, of course, we will need a parent or guardian there with them to give permission. But yes, we can do it across the board for all ages. And the really good thing about this is that we have rapid results as well. So within 24 to 36 hours, you will know if your test results.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, what about the antibody test?
We offer that in any of our clinic locations. That's not something, unfortunately, that we are able to provide through our drive-through testing, but it can tell you if you've had a past infection. An antibody test may show if you've had an infection within the past 1 to 3 weeks. And, of course, if it does show that you've had a past infection, we do recommend an oral swab to see if you have a current infection. And, this isn't just for folks that are symptomatic. There are folks out there that are carriers and do not realize it. So especially for these drive-through events that are, you can just drive your car in, get a test, and be done. We just recommend, if you've not had a test, to go ahead and come out and do that, just on the safety side, to make sure that you are not actually a carrier of the COVID-19 virus.
Well, I had a couple of friends that actually they were getting ready to go see their grandbaby, and they said, we don't have symptoms, but we just want to make sure before we go over there, because explain what a carrier is.
That is someone that has the virus but is not showing any symptoms, and that's actually a lot of people are carriers and do not realize it. So to ensure that you're not spreading the virus to grandchildren or grandparents or others, it's always a good measure just to get tested. And there is no patient cost for the testing. So insurances cover the test at 100%. And if you do not have insurance, we will make sure that there's no charge to you for the test at our drive-through location. And for folks out there that wonder, they're having some symptoms and wonder, do I have symptoms of COVID-19? A good source is to go to the CDC website, and some of the symptoms to watch for are fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea.
Okay. Well, now, see, and I want to remind everybody, too. Of course, yesterday I went out and golfed, so today I'm sore. That doesn't mean I have COVID. That just means I'm getting old. But I mean, it's also harvest time, so there's a lot of dust in the air. Just because you sneeze, don't go there immediately. It's not an emergency situation, because you know what, Jenna, we still have things like allergies and all of the colds and stuff. Those didn't go away just because COVID showed up, right?
Correct.
But this is a free way to ease your mind. And if you can get the swab and they don't have to stick it up your nose, it's more comfortable. It doesn't cost you anything for that peace of mind.
Correct. And again, we're doing the drive-through testing this coming Thursday at Christ Tabernacle Church in Princeton from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's no fee to the patient to get screening. It is drive-through, so there is no contact. We ask that you bring a driver's license and an insurance card if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance and are curious about some options available to you, we do have programs for individuals there as well that we've talked about on past months with the radio show. But one of those programs we think is coming to an end this month, the Presumptive Eligibility Medicaid. So if you do not have health coverage and you need that due to COVID-19, there is a special insurance available called Presumptive Eligibility, and that will go through the end of the month, September 30th. So if you'd like to enroll, you've got until September 30th to do so, and then you'll get 2 months of essentially free health care coverage.
Well, now, Miss Tara Tapcoloni is the one that does that one, right? Now, she's our guru with that.
Yes, that is correct.
And now, do I remember? Now, I don't want to stump my toe on this, so you tell me, can you give me a few things that's going to include coverage for?
Well, that's all essential services. So if you need to go to a doctor to be seen, if you say you've got some diagnostic screenings that you need, such as mammograms or other criteria, that will cover that as well. So we've had a lot of folks sign up for that reason, that they knew they had these tests, but they couldn't afford it. Now is the time to do that.
And that K-CHIP enrollment, now that's something that even includes dental, right?
Yes, and that is all year round. Anytime anyone is interested in signing up for that or just curious to see if they qualify, they can contact our office and Tara can assist them with that. But as an example, a family of 4 that makes $50,000 or less, their children can qualify for free or reduced insurance through the K-CHIP program.
Wow. When you say, that even includes dental and all of that, I mean, that is worth its weight in gold right there.
Right. And as parents, I mean, that's our children are our number one priority, and we want to make sure that they receive the care that they need. So this definitely provides care for those children and gives the parents peace of mind.
Well, and I think you said the magic word a minute ago when we were talking about screenings too. That's also those mobile mammogram screenings are coming up as well, right?
Yes, we've got 2 screenings coming up. They will actually be at our Providence Clinic location and our Arlington Clinic location. So not too far from Princeton, but on the 25th of September, which is coming up this week, we will have Deaconess mobile mammogram unit at our Providence location. So this Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then the following week on September 28th, that's Monday, at our Arlington location from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if anyone is interested in getting a mammogram, they would need to call Deaconess at 812-450-6266, or they can contact any Health First office for more information. And there actually is free mammograms that are being offered for eligible individuals with no insurance. So if you need a mammogram, you haven't been able to get one because maybe you didn't have any health insurance at the time, or may not be able to afford one, this program makes this service accessible and affordable to individuals.
Well, and let me remind you, and of course, we're talking this morning with Health First's own Miss Jenna Jerger on 103.3 WPKY Princeton, and we're talking about the mammogram screenings that we had mentioned a while ago. That was a way to absolutely have those covered by insurance. And, that to me, I'm one of those people that I procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator, Jenna. I need to go to, I wish I could tell you I had a perfectly good excuse as why I have not. Well, maybe you make a girls' day of it. How about that?
Well, that sounds good.
I think that would be a good thing. You could make a whole girls' day of it.
Yeah, stop at a local restaurant, do some shopping.
Go get
shop
your
local.
nails done, girl. Go get
Yeah.
it. Now, see, I got to add all of that stuff in. That makes me feel. That makes me where I don't want to procrastinate. And you know what? There's another thing that you all do that I love. It's probably one of my favorite things outside of some of the K-Chip things that you've been doing. This is the diabetes self-management education and support. And I think that is so important. I know I've got family members that struggle with diabetes. And one of the biggest things is understanding it. And, not just dropping the information. You're like, well, you got diabetes. Don't ever eat sugar again. Bye. It's not like that. You all actually have a relationship with that patient and say, look, not only are we going to tell you what the problem is, we're going to hold your hand through it and help you through it.
Right. And Lori Conger is our dietitian at all Health First locations, and she does a wonderful job with this class. She's very passionate about diabetes education, and she's a certified diabetes education teacher as well. So very knowledgeable in this subject. But due to the COVID-19 virus, we are offering these classes virtually now, and we are going to be offering these on a monthly basis. So September 1st, we started a new class, but if you weren't able to register for that one, we'll have another one coming up next month. So these classes are 4 weeks, and all you need is an internet connection and a computer, laptop, or tablet with video and audio. And our target audience for this class are folks with diabetes, pre-diabetes, or caregivers. And it covers a variety of important topics that include eating with diabetes, being physically active, taking your medications, and monitoring your diabetes.
Well, bless your heart. We sure do appreciate you, Jenna. Miss Jenna Jerger with Health First. And again, let's remind them we got that drive-through screening coming up at Christ Tabernacle on, Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, the 24th.
On the 24th, yeah. And if anyone would like more information about any of the topics discussed today, they can contact our toll-free number, which is 1-877-667-7017, or they can visit our website, healthfirstchc.net.
Well, bless your heart, Jenna. We appreciate you. It's good to talk to you, lady.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Of course, don't forget again, that COVID-19 drive-through screening and that mobile unit. Now, that's the mouth swab. That's not the nasal swab. Miss Jenna's got you hooked up on that one. That's Christ Tabernacle Church, 1839 Highway 62 West in Princeton, 9 to 2 on Thursday. So we sure do appreciate them over at Health First. They are always just a gem. We love them to death. So, again, if you need any of that information, we're going to have all that information on our website if you missed any of that, or you need reminders on that. Of course, we'll also have it on community calendar for the next couple of days. So just keep that reminder and jot it down on your notepad, would you? Hey, stick around. Of course, Miss Audrey Lamb is going to have your updates. Todd is going to update you at sports. Don't forget about the Caldwell County Junior Varsity football game. That's going to be at Trigg County this evening. We've also got our Lady Tigers playing at home this evening. So make sure that you support the kids. And homecoming week is this week. So today you're supposed to dress from the decades today and tomorrow. So don't forget about that either. 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Enjoy the weather.
Community leaders around the area are supporting the greatest comeback of all time.
I know that all of our local businesses are supporting each other and doing the best we can to get our community back together and back in working order.
Thanks to all our customers and our friends who have come in and visit us.
And I've been hearing y'all say, shop local, eat local. And so that's what I'm doing.
Thank you to The Edge for, basically keeping everybody informed and supporting everybody, and it really does make a difference. So thank you so much.
We just appreciate all the people that have supported us through